Michele, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Keith. Appreciate being here today.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to you because we're going to talk about autonomous vehicles, which is an exciting growing area. So let's talk about Motional and what the company does.
Excellent. Thank you. At Motional, we're focused on building fully autonomous vehicles that are going to be used for both robotaxi and autonomous delivery. So, we're focused not only on building those vehicles, but offering a safe, reliable, and accessible form of transportation for individuals in, various cities around the world.
And this is technology that's incredibly complex to build. And yes, we want it to be safe. And what Motional is building, this is like level 4 technology, right? When it comes to autonomous driving, there's different levels, and Motional is building level 4, right?
Yes, absolutely. And that's really about being sort of fully driverless. So, there's various aspects of being driverless, but to get to the point where you can be fully driverless and, operate as a robotaxi and in the delivery space, is what we're focused on.
And this is technology that's happening now, meaning Motional has pilots in place where this is actually occurring as we speak.
Absolutely. So, we have this running today in various test modes in various cities around the country. And, you get the opportunity if you're in Las Vegas, actually to, through Lyft, to be able to take a ride in one of these cars. And so, it's just really exciting. And to your point, I can't believe we're at this, point in time, that we're actually in, almost driverless vehicles.
Now, the company is growing very aggressively. I'm curious to know how many employees you currently have, because I was looking at your job openings and I think there's over 400.
Yes. So there are over 400 job openings today. We're 1,100 as of, I would say, the end of January. It's moving on a regular basis, but that's about double where we were, 8 months ago, let's say. And we expect to double from where we are today by the end of the calendar year. And so we're, fast paced on a growth mode as we move towards, commercialization of the product.
Now, as far as that growth and hiring, yes, there's 400 job openings, which is very, very high growth. Is that across all different functional areas, or is there concentrated areas where you're going to be focused on hiring for?
It's an interesting question. So, say back a year ago, we were primarily focused on, what we call, let's say, R&D, but, engineering, in autonomy and software and hardware and, across the spectrum of, R&D. As we get closer to commercialization, we're still looking for those, R&D folks, but we're now pivoting a bit. And so now we need to bring in individuals that can get us through that next phase, as well as, as you grow as an organization, you need to be able to scale. And so, within the kind of regular functions within a company, you also need additional individuals to support the growing business. So now our hiring has become much more expansive across, many different fields.
So before joining Motional, what's your background, Michele, and what led you to join the company?
So early background, way too long ago, was finance, actually. Did finance and accounting, but over time, I moved into the HR space. And prior to being CHRO for Motional, I was CHRO for a software-enabled services company in Boston. I thought the Motional technology is so cool, and it's the first time that I had the opportunity to be in a cutting edge, sort of nascent field, and it was just so compelling. On top of that, once you actually are inside of Motional, the culture, the way we work, the people, it's just such a great place to be. There's so much excitement and I would say sort of the respect for people and investment in people is really makes it a great place to be.
Now let's dig a little bit deeper into that, because you mentioned the company's culture. So what's it like working there? What's the day-to-day environment like?
Yeah, so I can't take any credit for this whatsoever. The company is basically, the culture is anchored on 5 core values that are really focused on, safety, right? And as you can imagine, in an autonomous vehicle, operation, making sure that your ultimate product is as safe as it possibly can be is critical and paramount, right? So safety is one of our core values, but collaboration through winning together, taking ownership, build for everyone, be for everyone. These are values that allow us to really, support coming together as an organization, collaboration, working together, and being accountable. And that's what it's like to work at Motional. It's high energy, and there's a lot of very I'm going to say aggressive goals, because the market's moving so fast, and we need to get our cars out on the road as our competitors are. But it's not political, as in some organizations. It's not aggressive in the way you're treated. So I just find it to be a really great place to work, on top of the fact that it's cool, exciting, new, and all the rest. As you grow and scale as an organization, keeping that culture in place and making sure that it continues as you grow and you enter new cities. I mean, that's part of what I'm here to do. Right.
The job market out there is very competitive. There's lots of job opportunities for people to explore, which is a good thing. It's good to have options, but why is now the ideal time to join Motional?
I would say there's a couple reasons. First, one I alluded to just a moment ago. We call it we're a scale up, not a startup. So, as I was looking for a new opportunity, I said, I really want to go to a small organization, but I don't want to be creating the strategy and sweeping the floor at the same time, right? And so, what's nice about where we are from a size perspective is that there's structure. But at the same time, you still have the ability to add really unique value. We're changing, we're moving so fast. You bring ideas to the table and we're able to implement them. There's not a lot of bureaucracy there. It's really a great time to add both your individual and your team level value. The second is that, we're really driving with a purpose, we call it. So we're not just making an autonomous vehicle, but our goal is really to create that accessible reality for individuals and reliable transportation in communities. And so we're very focused on the impact that we can have in the way the world moves.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, this is an opportunity to join a groundbreaking company that is building technology that is not only the future, but it's the not too far off future, meaning this is going to be a time when we're going to look back and say, you used to have to drive vehicles like at my age, maybe my grandkids would look at me and say, wait, you actually had to drive those before?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I think it's an exciting opportunity. You've got an amazing cluster of companies that came together to build Motional, and the caliber of people that are working there to build this technology, which is really hard to solve. So it's an amazing opportunity to help build the future. So you need to go to their company page on VentureFizz, which has all their listings there. Go to venturefizz.com/Motional and you'll see all their job listings. Michele, thanks so much for taking the time to walk us through all the great things happening at the company.
Thank you very much.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. At VentureFizz, our mission is to share the stories of companies, their people, and culture. So if you're interested in more interviews with founders and executives in the tech industry, make sure you click on the subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching.